Well, good morning, everybody, or afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to you, Jane the Seeker. I'm so glad to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for inviting me.
thank
I'm so excited
you.
to be here.
I know. We were just talking behind in the chat, our own little chat, and thank goodness for Kelly at Dozen Cats for Me telling me about Jane's early morning show, and I was able to check it out, and I had a lot of fun watching and bantering in the chat. So thank you so much. Um, and I want to say hi to everybody here. We got Flowing and Jackie and Kelly's here. And Groom, I don't know how to say it correctly. I hope I'm wrong.
Just
Groom,
call her
Groom,
Groot. Just call
Groot,
her Groot.
Groot. Okay.
Groot.
Gru, yes. Thank you so much. And I think Gru has a channel, doesn't she? I think she
Yes, she
does.
does. I
Yeah.
love her channel.
Do you?
Yeah, she's man, she does not hold any punches.
Oh, good. I'll have to check her out and ask her to come and talk to me. Good.
Absolutely out.
Yeah.
I love her. And then the other day she was just doing a thing where she walked on her property and then
Uh-huh.
she's like dancing in the snow and stuff. And it was
Oh, fun.
just
Yeah.
brings just brings me that joy.
Of course it is. It's wonderful to have that joy. Hi, Sin. It's good to see you too. Thank you all for coming by. I'm very excited. Jane read for me on her show that day, and it was so much fun. I really loved it. I like the way that you kind of relax into it. I guess is the best way to say it. You're very your demeanor and your way of doing things is very relaxing for people. They feel listened to, and so I just wanted you to know that. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, thank
thank you.
you.
Yeah.
I
And
just
Judith is here. Judith is here from the Netherlands. It's nice to see you, Judith. Yeah. And Scott Scorpio Moon. How are you, Scott? Scott's coming on to talk with me in a few days. We're trying to catch up with all these wonderful people and to get your channels out there and let people know where you are. So thank you. Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about Jane's process and Jane's background as far as her tarot and angels and so on. Um, what age do you think you were, Jane, or what time period were you in when this first became interesting to you?
well, I'm gonna start where it was really scary for me
Sure, that's okay. Yeah.
because that kind of goes into when it became interesting for me,
Uh-huh.
especially putting these pieces together that I hadn't put together for a
Okay.
very long time.
Yep.
And that was when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old. I used to see spirits around my bed.
Oh,
And
cool.
and yeah, you would think, right?
But not
It's
for a little kid. Yeah.
no, it was
Yeah.
very, very scary.
Hmm.
And I love that I hear you're doing like a vocabulary thing with Kelly and
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
goodness gracious, I'm telling you right now, if my parents would have been open and like if it would have been today, it would have been so much
Much
different.
different.
I'm sure I could
Mm.
have gone to my parents and said, I see all these spirits around my bed and they're telling me they're going to operate on me. And had they just said, oh, honey, don't worry about that. Those are your spirit guides
Right, right,
and
right,
they're your angels. And what they're really telling you is not that they are doctors that are going to operate on you,
right.
but maybe you're going to have some hardships in your life and they're going to be there for you. Like,
Yeah.
come on, all of us that's in the same lane that I'm riding in that had that happen to them, I'm
Hmm.
sure that didn't have parents that said, oh, well, that means this, that, or the other thing. It's
Yep.
like, gosh, you know? So I'm
Makes a
really
difference.
glad.
Yeah. My parents were very good with me. I didn't say I had an invisible friend named Billy, and they believed it. And they would say, don't sit there because that's where Billy sits. And, so I was really lucky about all that. Yeah,
You were lucky because
I was.
I never had a well, I wasn't allowed to have um an invisible friend.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed any of that.
Mhm.
So I did not have any of that. And what it ended up doing was, like you are born and it's like it really is like you're a butterfly when you're born because
Yeah.
you really are a little bit thin on the veil. You
Right.
still you still the veil, you've accepted the veil that
Right.
we know that we accept for our birth for our
Uh-huh.
soul contracts, right? We know we have
Right.
to accept the veil. But I
Mhm.
think that when you're really little, you still can see through that veil
Yep.
just enough.
Oh, yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see through it. And my son was 3. I was upstairs talking to a spirit guide, and I came downstairs and I didn't say anything. And he asked me where the spirit guide was, the name of the spirit guide. He gave it to me. It wasn't even in the same room. So, yes, they're so close to the other side. We are, when we're that age, we are. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
and I got big chills with that. Let me tell you. Yeah.
I
That's
bet.
really cool. Like,
It is. Yeah.
so for me, I ended up growing up and I wasn't allowed this, that, and the other thing. I wasn't allowed to see the beings. I wasn't allowed to
Mm.
blah, 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 blah. And then I became like this super, really highly attuned empath, and everything was too noisy. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
everything was too much for me because
Sure.
I couldn't process everything. I didn't have like compartments or I didn't know how to process
Sure.
because I
And you
didn't
didn't
wasn't
have it. And you didn't have anybody to share that with because they're not willing to share. Yeah. Yeah.
no, no,
Right.
no, because who wants to talk
Yeah.
to the weird kid, you
I know.
know?
In 6th grade, we had an assignment. If you could meet anybody, who would you like to meet? And I said, Abraham Lincoln. I didn't think it was so unusual, but everybody in the class laughed. He's dead. Ha ha, you're an idiot. That kind of thing. But I really meant it. I meant what to meet him. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're like, I have no boundaries.
That's right.
Why does it have to be a person that's alive?
I know. Yeah. But, I remember my mother saying, you probably don't want people to know like that. But I had no filter. It was just there. And that's what I wanted to do. So, yeah, I understand completely.
How wonderful that you had that you didn't have a filter. See, I had like a
Mhm.
huge filter,
Yeah.
and I mean, I put bricks around everything, and
Oh,
then it ended up being that my father left. My father was not like a great guy. Although
hmm.
ask any of his 6 wives, and they will all tell you that he was wonderful in the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep. Yep.
right?
That's the way it goes. Yep.
Right?
Hmm. Yep.
And thank
Andrea.
you, Andrea. We both looked down at the same time.
I know. We love her. Yeah. Andrea's wonderful.
Yeah,
She's
I
wonderful.
love her so much.
Mhm.
But so yeah, I will get lost in my story. So sorry.
That's okay. Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's what you're here for. We want to
yeah.
know. Mhm.
So what I ended up doing, because I wasn't allowed to this, that, and the other thing, I was too weird. I was like a
Yeah.
weird kid. And
Yeah.
obvious, and thank God I realize now that I'm a star seed, that I did come from another planet. That we
Right.
all probably came,
We all do.
we all
Yeah.
came from somewhere
Sure.
else. But
Yeah.
I didn't have like another one of those things. Put that in your vocabulary. I did not
That's
have
right.
I did not have that on my birth bingo card.
Right.
Was not on there. So um so I did to in order to quiet everything down because I didn't know what else to do.
Right.
And because I was the weird kid, I got in with all the wrong kids that all sat
Mm.
around and we all hid out in people's garage and smoked pot.
Okay.
I grew up in LA, okay? It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like this
Hmm.
is what we did. This is what I did when I was 11 years old.
Oh, my Lord.
When I was like 10, 11 years old, and I have not told anybody else this on here. I have told people about this, but me and my girlfriend, um, we used to go home to her
Mhm.
mother's house after school. I had no upbringing whatsoever. I never had to be like home or check in or do anything
Oh,
like that. I
okay.
was a latchkey kid. Nobody knew where I was. Didn't matter. but and my friend, her mom was an alcoholic, so she was like had the same sort of situation I did. So we
Sure.
would go and we would steal a bottle of wine. We were 10, 11 years old, go back to
Wow.
the elementary school and sit in the sandbox at the kindergarten and drink our bottle of wine.
Oh my, the custodians never saw you, you know? Oh my.
We were invisible.
Probably much higher attuned. Yes, I agree.
And
Yeah.
probably because, and she probably was the same. Her and I never talked about this, but I don't wonder if she
Yeah.
wasn't also trying to tune out all
Of
that
course she
other
was.
stuff.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
too many things that were awful for her. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I wish that she, unfortunately, as she is not with us any longer, or I would be like,
Mhm.
oh gosh, do you remember this? Did you do this because of this reason? Are
Mhm.
we like more alike than we thought we were?
Yeah. You were drawn together because you had similar issues, and that's how you handled them, it sounds like. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I even think that before we were drinking wine in the sandbox, that we did make mud pies together with our invisible friends. So I
Okay.
think
Okay.
so I think she was the only person that really allowed me to have an invisible friend, and she had
Right.
an invisible friend, and I had an invisible friend because
Okay.
who were we making these mud cakes for?
All
We
right.
aren't
So
going to
you
eat them.
found your person. You found the right connection. Good for, and
And I
she
was
found, wow, that's wonderful when you think about it, especially
yeah,
as so little girls, you know.
yeah, but then we both went through the hardship of growing up where we grew up
Mm-hmm.
and all of the drugs and alcohol that were in the town that we were in, and
Mm-hmm.
we got stuck on the wrong side of that.
Yeah. Yep. And it happens. Nowadays, kids just commit suicide. They don't even go there anymore. But back, number of years ago, people handled things differently because I was not ever allowed to air my dirty linen in public, let's say. My mother would say that's too personal or whatever, you can't say that. My parents were very, very good otherwise. I was very lucky. They accepted me for what I was, and but there were some constraints that I had that were given me, such as that, and my mother would never ever let me get angry. I could never get angry. And so that was very difficult for me because we need to get angry once in a while. But there was something about that she would not allow. I couldn't even make a face, like make a frown like this. Don't you do that? It was really hard. So I think we all have something that pulls us down or something we have to outgrow. And I admire you for sharing. That's wonderful. It's really
Well,
wonderful.
that's our manure that makes the flower blossom.
Yeah, no flower, no manure, low lotus, right?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, that's wow. So when did what was you got the invisible friend you finally were able to have? And then when did you start? Were you like a teenager when you started tarot cards or any of that stuff? Or yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, I started studying astrology. I don't remember this.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
was still under the influence.
Sure,
I
sure.
don't remember this. I got completely sober when I was 28 years old.
Okay.
But but yeah, so I didn't even realize I studied astrology and I used to do charts for people until
Uh-huh.
my friend was going to spend $10,000 to learn astrology, and I'm like, "Oh no, you are not." And I went through this. I'm like, "Don't, you can't do that." And I went through this
Yeah,
whole closet. Like, we got rid of everything when we moved from San
right.
Diego to Indiana, which I
Uh-huh.
live in. I moved from San Diego to Indiana, so those of you who don't know. And we got rid of everything when we moved. But I had like these like 5 boxes that I've moved with me everywhere. And it's like Jane's box, do not touch, don't throw
Right.
away.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
It's all I am is this box. And when I open it, so it's like, so I'm like, there's a box somewhere full of me somewhere.
Right.
I have to
Pandora. Yes.
open. So so I finally I went through everything and I found like a couple of decks of cards that I had put away from I don't even know
Okay.
how many years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I found all of these astrology books. So
Wow.
and all of these charts that I had done for people that I had
Mhm.
handwritten.
You had to do them handwritten. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lot
So
of work. A lot of
it is
work.
a lot of work. That's probably why I
Yeah.
only did a few of them. But and
Yeah.
why I don't remember. But so yeah, I was in my early 20s. I started doing cards and
Uh-huh. Wow.
I was doing all of that and I reconnected with everything. And so, yeah.
Wow. I think it was about 1987, so I'm older than you, so I would have been about 32. And I tried to find as many books as I could and so on and so forth. And that's really hard in 1987. They didn't have anything, and we didn't have internet. We didn't have any of that stuff. So I learned a lot of things. I just found bookstores that could, and then I went back to like the early stuff, like Alice Bailey and some of the spiritualists and so on. Yeah, because there was nothing at that time. There just was nothing that we could find for the longest time. Rue wants to know what was the first deck that you had?
I think well, I don't have the first deck that I have, but what
Uh-huh.
I do have is I have it's a Marie Hansen and I still have it. It's from
Okay.
like 1980. It's from 1984. I think I got it around 1987. Maybe
Okay.
like
Yeah.
87 sounds like a good year. Let's just keep
Yeah,
using
it does.
1987. So,
Harmonic convergence. Harmonic convergence happened that year. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, well, see, that's
Yes.
good to know.
Yeah.
That is good
Yeah.
to know.
I
Yeah.
went
So
to a ceremony for that. Yeah.
oh, yeah, I used to yeah. So for me, it was the Hanson,
Is it
Marie
Pamela?
Hanson,
Marie. Okay. Okay.
Marie Hanson.
Marie
And
Hanson.
it was this deck right here, and I saved this deck, and I only use it for one
Uh-huh.
person who comes
Yep.
to me regularly,
Yep.
and this is her deck. It's like,
Do you let her shuffle it?
no, well, we do, I do all of
You
her
do it
readings.
online. Okay.
Yeah, we do it everything over Zoom, but
Okay. Because there are people that have decks only that can be utilized for people to touch, while most decks are not supposed to be touched by anybody but yourself, unless you trust the person, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah,
mine,
I
yeah,
go on.
mine are Rider Waite's. These are Rider Waite's. These are very, they've been around a lot, but I'm not a huge tarot reader. I'm more an oracle reader. But I have these, and that's the one I'm doing a series on the major arcana. So this is the deck that I'm using as the Rider Waite. And I was in '88, a lady tried to teach me the decks and how to do it. And I went to classes with her, but there's just too much it was at that time, it was too much for me to figure out how to combine them. So that was my problem.
Yeah, the thing I went crazy and started buying a whole bunch of decks. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember I got a trough. I
Yep.
absolutely hate the trough. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I am not a fan of the trough.
I think it's Thaw.
Thoth,
I think,
whatever it is.
yeah, yeah. It's a magic deck. I understand why you don't like it. Yeah, yeah. Some people
No,
really do, but yeah, it's kind of negative.
yeah, I ended up getting so many different decks that
Hmm.
really what they did was they moved through me.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
I had a lot of decks through move me who moved through me,
right.
and um and so now what I use on the internet is the Rider Waite, and I love the Rider Waite in so much. And this I use this just for the internet for people that I'm doing on the internet. And I think
Right.
of anybody who's learning how to read cards is you absolutely must start with a Rider Waite.
I
If
kind of feel that way too. Yeah. Yeah, I
because
do.
the imagery, because like I love the light seers. Absolutely
Hmm.
love that deck.
Hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
And I agree that you can learn with that deck, but
Hmm.
I think it's like learning French. You can learn French and you can speak French anywhere. That's like the world
Right.
language,
Right.
right?
Right. Yep.
So I kind of feel like Rider Waite, if you
Is
want
the
to learn
French.
the Rider Waite, then you can take these other decks and go,
I get it. Yeah, it's like the metaphysical French deck. I understand. As a matter of fact, I know that one of my first decks was the Marseille. And I
mm,
remember Ron, Unconditional Love, said that he started there, but he can speak French. And I remember looking at it and just not feeling that connected to it. But yours is the Radiant deck, isn't it? The Radiant Rider
Rider
Waite.
Waite. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
radiant.
it's so
Waite.
beautiful. Yeah, much
Yeah.
much more beautiful than these cards that don't have a shine or anything to them. They're just plain. But now they've got the beauty in the color. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I like these a lot, but I think for what you're doing and for and for taking one card and focusing on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it doesn't need to have a shimmer and all that kind of
No, it
stuff.
doesn't. But it is nice when you're reading for somebody that they can see the card better, especially
Well,
if you're doing it. Yeah.
I love that because especially on the internet because it's like when you get that like let me just and I really just kind of figured this out and elevator music please. Do 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 do. I do that a lot. But like
Uh-huh. That's
card,
okay. I love it.
if we're gonna speak to cards, okay, if we take the
Yeah.
Ace of Pentacles,
Mm-hmm.
now I look at this as you are being invited to walk through this portal.
Right.
Because if you notice, if you go through this portal, like over here and over here, you do not see mountains,
Right.
right? There's no
Right.
mountains. They're only right through.
Correct. Yes. You're going into a totally different space. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, so now
That's awesome.
this is the portal card.
Uh-huh.
Whenever I
Uh-huh.
get that card, I'm like, oh, you got a portal coming up. You
You got
can
a portal.
choose to go through the portal if you wish.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome. So I want to talk about guides and things like that also. But what I really had something happen to me yesterday that just completely blew my mind, and I didn't realize it until much later. And that's what I want people to realize about why things happen the way they do. When my brother died, my brother was a fan of cinnamon coffee. He would put cinnamon in and then brew the coffee and have it every morning. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but he was. And
That's the Mexican way.
the night he died, my husband had made a pot of coffee and he put cinnamon in it. My brother wasn't around, he was in Arizona. And he shut it and it didn't have a timer on it. You have to go in and physically press it. You can't. And the night he died, the coffee maker helped itself to brew. Like all of a sudden, we could smell the coffee. So I knew it was my brother. I knew it was. Yesterday, I get my regular Starbucks coffees. I get iced, non fat lattes. That's what I get. I get them every day, the same place, the same everything. I get back to here where I'm going to do my show with Susan, and start drinking the coffee. They had put cinnamon in both of those coffees for some reason. Yeah. So I brought them back and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I didn't think anything of it. And they gave me new ones and I left and I'm driving home and I go, "Oh my God,
It's your
my brother,
brother.
it's my brother. He's trying to get a hold of me."
It's like, hello?
Yeah, ding dong. But it took me, I don't know why it took me so long to realize that, but he has been gone for 15 years. It isn't like he just died. But he's always trying to get a hold of me. And when he does the weirdest shit. And I always know it's him. But yeah, so yeah, yesterday was interesting. But I also told Jane about Saint Germain coming to talk with me. and tell me he was a guide. And I was telling Jane, and Jane, that's one of Jane's people that she. So tell me more. Tell us more.
Oh, about Saint Germain?
Saint Germain, yeah.
Saint Germain. Well, I just have really recently started working with the Violet Flame,
Right.
and
Okay.
so like really sending, like I send out white light and I send out this, that,
Mm-hmm.
and the other thing, but I do send out the Violet Flame
Okay.
everywhere. And so Saint Germain was a human. He's an
Right.
ascended master.
Yep.
He was an alchemist.
Yes.
He was an alchemist, and he is the keeper of the Violet Flame. And his
Mm-hmm.
twin flame is Lady
Oh, I
Portia.
didn't know that. Lady Portia? Is it Portia? Portsia or Por? No.
Port. I'm gonna get you,
Of course. No, take your time.
Lady
I
Portia.
had I had read that he was reincarnation of so many different people, including
Yes.
Merlin and Francis Bacon.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is his twin flame. His twin flame is Lady Portia, which means divine order.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
so it says she is the twin flame of Saint Germain, so is strongly connected to the violet flame energy. Together, these
Mm-hmm.
two twin flames can work as overseers of legal situations.
Oh my God.
Is that
Wow.
why?
Well, I mean, I'm going through all this problem with my house. Yeah.
Well,
And
there
it's
you
going to end up,
go.
yeah, it's going to be a legal situation. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Valerie from
Yes.
Illumination Portal, she uses the violet flame all the time. Yeah.
Uh-huh. An oil painter comes and goes. And she read starting with Joseph of Arimathea. Oh, he started as Joseph of Arimathea. And I
Oh,
I took a class in Arturian and Joseph of Arimathea and Merlin and all that stuff. So I know now why I learned all the things I did over my time in school, I guess. Wow. Yep. Oh, okay. Andrea says new shifting energy. He's celebrating. Yeah. Yeah. He was very metaphysical. My brother was the one that brought me to Joe Campbell and all the other things, Echelon, because he lived in California and he was very big in the community. Wow. I just love that when all that happens. So I've decided that I'm going to do, after I'm done my tarot, I'm going to do a bunch of ascended masters and talk about the ascended masters. So if you or anyone else wants to come back and talk with me about that while I do that, I would love that very much. Yeah, it's
I
very
love the
interesting.
Ascended Masters. As a matter of fact, I've been working a lot with Mother Mary, which we all should be right now,
Right,
because Mother Mary is the healer of the earth,
right,
of,
right.
of Gaia, and sends peace. Um, Mother Mary sends out
Mhm.
peace to the planet. So,
Right, right. I got those cards in the small deck. I got those Mother Mary ones. I wasn't. Kim is medium. Kim likes Mother Mary, and
oh
she's
yeah,
not very religious either. I think we have to be sort of Catholic or something, but we don't. No, I know. Yeah, very interesting. Wow. Oh, really, Lauren?
Lauren.
Thank you. She's got
Mhm.
goosebumps. Wow. Oh
All
yeah, the
around
Joe
body.
Campbell interviews. If you ever get a chance, folks, to watch the Joseph Campbell interviews, he would sit for hours and talk with the guy. What's that guy's name? Moyers, Bill Moyers. He had not one note in his hand. He had no notes, nothing. He just talked right off the top of his head. He was fabulous. Yeah, very interesting person. So you in your oracles, then you are more attached or attracted to the masters, Mother Mary. Is that true, or are there others that you like?
Well, I mostly like I come on in the morning and I do angels, and I'm really connected
Hmm.
to angels.
Right.
And it has to do with my childhood, with real, like, and then what happened was, see, I didn't even realize until I was the year 2018.
Yeah.
That's when I realized
That
that
those were
those,
angels.
yes, I didn't know that before then.
Well,
And
you weren't ready to know that, I guess. That's the only thing I can say. Yeah.
well, I didn't think
Yeah.
about it and I didn't connect
Yeah.
because I wasn't allowed to think about these things. But
Yep.
then when I went, I had this neck surgery in 2018.
Oh,
And before I had the neck surgery, because it was going to be completely like this big ordeal, okay? Like I have a bionic neck. That's all there is to
okay.
it.
Okay.
Um, Not in a good way.
Oh,
I only have one level that moves. So,
okay.
hi Gerald and everybody that's come in. I see
Yes.
y'all.
Hi, everybody. I'm seeing you all here, and thank you for being here. I don't want to ignore anybody in the chat. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Go
I've been
ahead,
kind
hon.
of looking at the chat, but also, yeah, and Mary Magdalene too. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But but so get me on track again. Oh, so I
Oh,
was
you
having, okay, I remember now. I was
okay.
having this operation in 2018, and the doctor said before we do this operation on your neck, because I had an operation in 2008 on my neck,
Okay.
he goes, I
Uh-huh.
want all of your surgical notes from your first surgery. And I'm like,
They don't have them
okay.
anymore.
I don't have them anymore. I called the
Mhm.
hospital that did the surgery in 2008. They're like, we don't keep records for that long. Are you
I've had the
crazy?
same issue with something else. I understand. Yep.
Be
Yep.
persistent. Be persistent because I sat there and I was with really persistent with this woman that had that was the that had something to do with the neurosurgeon that did my first surgery on my
Okay.
neck.
Mhm.
And she plugged in an old computer and
Oh my
found
God.
my records.
Oh, wow. Wow. You're
I
lucky.
mean,
That's
it was
great.
meant to be. And
Yeah.
right in that thing, and I guess I kind of already knew this, so I can't say it was a complete surprise, but for some reason, like I'm awakening, like things are awakening every day, right? But
Yep.
I saw in there that I had this thing called Klippel-Feil syndrome, and it's a multiskeletal disorder,
Oh,
and I've had it. I was born
born
with
with
it.
it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was born with it. And see, when I was a little kid, I wasn't allowed to be sick or have any kind of pain or this, that, and the other thing. So I never told my mom about what was happening in my neck when I would little things that were happening. I won't go into details. It's like not exciting,
Mhm.
but I wasn't allowed to say anything. And now I realize I'm like, oh my gosh, put it all together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And this happened because of this happening, and that happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, and then
Right.
boom,
Right.
Jane was all of a sudden connecting all kinds of dots.
Sure. You had your big awakening, really. It sounds like it. I mean, you always were interested, you always were working at it and all, but some days you wake up and it's like boing, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean connecting because yeah, for
Mm.
connecting all of those dots with like,
Right.
oh, so those were my guides
Yes, and angels probably.
and
Yeah.
angels. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what would and this is here's the interesting part. I believe that what they were saying to me was, you are going to have many surgeries, but we will be there for you.
Yeah.
They were
Yep.
giving me a heads up. And all I
Yep.
heard was, you're going to have a bunch of surgeries. We're going to operate on you. My little
Right.
6-year-old brain was like,
Yes.
oh my
We're gonna
God, these
have
people are
fun.
going to operate on me.
Oh
They're
my
going to
goodness.
operate on me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
no, it was them telling me that they're going to be with me.
Right.
And I
Right.
have had many surgeries. And I've been in
Uh-huh.
the hospital for months and months. Thank you. And I've been in the hospital for many months at a time for
Yeah.
many different things, not
Uh-huh.
even realizing.
Right. Wow. I remember that one time an astrologer told me that I had one lifetime that I was bedridden. And whenever I get sick or depressed or whatever, I return to that mindset and I just spend time. And I am a person who does, if I'm not, like I'm at work here, but if I was at home, I'd be sitting in bed reading on the computer or whatever it is. And so between the angels and the guides and the past lives and how they all influence, it's just amazing. It just blows my mind. But
Isn't it? Like,
it's so wonderful to be surprised sometimes still, I think. Yeah.
I love being surprised, like the
Yeah.
little synchronicities that happen every day. Like
Yep.
my prayer that I made up all by myself, but
Okay.
I won't read the whole thing, but I said, please keep me out of fear and keep me in wonder and amazement.
I
Because
love it.
that's where I always want to be. I want to
Uh-huh.
be in wonder and amazement at
Amazing.
all times. Keep
That and it's childlike. It's being you weren't allowed really to be a child. You kind of started growing up, what, 9 or to 11 years old with your friend and all the experiences that you had. So you got the shaft of being a child and being in that energy. So that's what wonder is. That's what
mm-hmm.
surprise is. That's beautiful. Yes. Yes. Valerie saying, thankfully, you're doing better now, Jane. Absolutely. Yes. And yes, please do follow Jane's channel. And Jane, she comes on really early in the morning, but she gives you something great to listen to. And
But like Tarot Stash says, he goes, Jane, I'm sorry, I have to tell you this. Sometimes
mhm,
I just come on for your prayers and then I leave. And I'm like, that is fine, Tarot Stash. Just
yeah.
hit the thumbs up on your way out. But if you just
uh-huh.
want to come from the
Yeah.
prayers, come for
Yeah.
the prayers. The rest of you that want to stay for the vibration,
Right.
lifting and a few personal readings, then stay
Yep.
for that.
That's right. No, it's very sacred space. I guess maybe when I was saying it was you're calm and quiet, I couldn't come up with the right word, but it's sacred space that you offer. That's what you offer. That's how I felt. Yeah. So
And I
that's a
always
beautiful.
want to I always want to be that safe space. I tell that to everybody. Like if I'm doing a reading for somebody, a private reading, I want them to know that I am a safe space, that I will never talk about what was asked or what was talked about. I just always want to be a safe space in the morning and privately. And you're
Yeah.
still muted. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I agree with that. I think that that's the way I feel on any of my shows as well. I really do. I want people not to feel um, castigated or yeah, uncomfortable in any way. Even yesterday when someone had a reading and they were I think it was not Valerie from Illumination, but the other Valerie, a reader told her that she had dark energies around her, and she was very worried about that. And so she asked, how do you get rid of that? And it kind of upset me that that was told to her without a way to explain how she could get rid of those energies if she wanted to. So Susan spent a good deal of time. It was you, Valerie. I hope that helped you, because that was really, really hard, to leave somebody sort of in limbo, So yeah, yep, that's
Yeah,
great.
I mean, I always want to be honest, and I tell people, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't lie to you. I
Right,
can't
right, right.
sugarcoat my readings, but I'm not going to come
Mhm.
right. I don't really understand that. But then again, I don't see I'm not a person who sees dark energy. Maybe
Mhm.
maybe it just hides so much from me. Like my
It could
light
be.
my light is so bright that
Uh-huh.
even dark energies can't be around me.
That's the way. It's funny because I'll have people talk about hell and negative, and I'm like, I just don't believe in it. I just don't have I think we make our own hell, and I don't have time to wallow in all that negative stuff. Sure, there are probably people that are negative, and we know that because it's not everybody's perfect, but it's finding the higher vibration that is what I'm hoping for. So yeah, yeah. Hi everybody. Oh, Miss Charlotte's here and Lauren. Wow, and everybody is coming on and I'm happy to see you all. Thank you so much.
And the nasty women and
The
everybody.
nasty women. They're coming up on their 1-year anniversary, and Ron just had his. So congratulations to those who, that's it's always wonderful to come to that point where you're still here. Oh, okay. Valerie didn't believe in that. That's why she was worried. She thought it came with a new tenant. Well, a new tenant can be
Can
be
be
a
a
little.
heavy energy.
That's right. Yeah. You kind of have to worry if they're in your space too. Yeah. She's finding people selling stuff. And what I'm finding a lot of, everybody, is I'm finding cloned Instagram and Facebook accounts, and the people are asking me to join, and I'm thinking, and then they tell me that they saw my picture and knew I wanted a reading, and I know it's not the people. I know it's not. Yeah.
I know there's somebody
Yeah.
who keeps saying that they're Gregory Scott, and they are not Gregory Scott.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Gregory Scott is not going to message me. I mean, this is all anybody has to think about. I never will message anybody and say, "Hey, I do private readings. I can do one for you." I may reach out to somebody if I would
Yeah.
like, if I just feel like I could offer them a good private reading for
For free.
free.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But I never ever not for money.
And there are people that have. Sorry, I got some construction going on here now. There are people that do readings, monthly, weekly readings, but they don't do private readings at all. And people, they're taking it and making people, think that they want readings as well. So, Billy Idol. Oh,
Yeah, she gets her messages.
he
In the
wanted to
morning
invite you
hour.
to a white wedding, Vivian.
And she's getting her messages in the midnight hour.
Absolutely. Oh, that's
And she
funny.
said more, more, more.
Yeah,
With a
right.
noble yell. She cried more, more, more. More,
That's
more,
right.
more.
Yeah. Well, all right. What's this? Look for Christian Sundberg rebirth. Ooh. Okay, we'll do. We'll do.
Oh.
Very interesting. I love that. And Sharon Lee, yes. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. And International Women's Day. And you're turning 22.
Good.
There you go.
And I was going to say, and on her Facebook page, she says she's turning 22. I have Sharon's birthday down like 3 times on my calendar. Sharon
Oh,
doesn't
you
know
do?
what her birthday is.
Well, do we know, though, that she is a Pisces, maybe, huh? That's what you are,
I'm
right?
going to say she definitely is a Pisces because she
Okay.
can't remember when her birthday is. That's
Yes.
a sign of being a Pisces.
I have a Pisces moon. And when we
Oh,
had the Pisces moon, it was really, really strong because I don't know when he's going to shut up. I'm sorry. Um, I'm going to go ahead and ask anybody if you want to have any cards thrown for you, if you have any short questions. Go ahead and put them in the chat. We have about 15 minutes or so left. I'm going to hit this so you don't have to hear all this crap.
it's not that loud,
It
to be
isn't?
honest. No, it's not
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So
All right.
if you're worried about the people in the chat and about me, it's really not
Okay. Thank you.
loud.
Because to me, it's really loud. All right.
And it's so
Okay.
funny. I just saw what Gerald said. Gerald said he's dancing with himself, but I pulled this for the group this morning.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Dance with Life. And it's what
Oh,
I
my
say.
goodness.
It's
Uh-huh.
like what I say every morning. It's like, life is not happening to you, it's happening for you.
That's
So
right.
dance with life.
Uh-huh. Oh, all right. We do have some questions here. I pulled 3 cards from this new deck. It's called To My Soul Whispered. When My Soul Whispered. It's got bees on it.
Well, how
I
beautiful. Oh,
like
I
it.
love these.
I know. And I got determination. This was for today. Manifest and love.
I love it
Determination
all.
manifests love. Yeah, I like that.
I love
Oh,
that. That is beautiful.
ah,
I didn't pull any cards for today.
yeah. That's right. When Jane has a show with somebody else that day, she doesn't do her morning show. So yeah,
I did
ask
pull the
away.
angels for this morning. I did pull them, and I put them on my.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I put them on my Instagram page yet. Whoops. Sorry.
You can tell us if you want. That's fine.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Well, wait. You know what? Went on Scott's. I just got
Oh,
Archangel Zariel
oh.
or Zariel, give and receive love, obey spiritual laws,
Uh-huh.
and we got Archangel Samuel,
Yep.
choose harmonious responses and act with wisdom and grace.
Oh,
And
very
then I
nice.
no,
Yeah.
you don't know. We got Elmora, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love.
Okay.
And and then we got Melzichek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required
Ah,
for further progress. Right.
okay.
And there's
Ooh,
more.
wow.
And then we got manifestation, you guys, because we got to manifest
Great.
this high
I got
vibe.
the same card, manifest. Yeah.
And courage and bravery.
Okay. That's what we need to manifest right now. Courage and bravery, I think. So
Yeah.
Sharon says that her birthday is March 10th, and she really does know that her birthday is March 10th. Just so
I
you know.
have her down on my calendar as March 10th.
So now I know somebody whose birthday is March 10th, 11th, and 12th because my best friend's is the 11th. So all these Pisces women, I love all the watery energy. That's wonderful. That's great. All right. So let's see. Valerie wants a card. Money. Ooh.
Yeah, Valerie went okay. Do I do crystals? I have a bunch of crystals and I put them when I meditate, I will put them all over my body, whichever one goes for that particular chakra. Just be
Cool.
careful. You can
I got this yesterday. I went to a psychic fair that was pretty interesting. She had a lot of stones, and I never had one of these before. I love pink and I love blue, but this is a pink opal.
oh
It's
nice.
pretty, yeah. It's very, very light pink. And I have a kyanite fan. I never seen a fan before.
Oh, I have one of
Do
where's
you?
yeah, where is it?
This is a darker color of kyanite than I remember.
Where, oh, but you know what? It's so dark, it's over here in the corner.
Oh, wow. Kyanite's usually more bluish, isn't it? Although
Well,
now
this is a
I
different
can
kind
see
of
the blue. Yep, I can see it.
but see, here's actually a cryonite crystal.
Oh, wow.
So there's like the real true. This is actually a
Yeah.
different type of cryonite.
Okay.
This is
Wow.
called this is actually cryonite. And what I have around my neck is actually cryonite.
Okay. Okay.
This is called I wrote it down today, you guys. You're not going to believe this. Because of course I'm not going to know where I wrote it down either. Because I have like I don't know. Where did I write it down? I don't even know where I wrote it down, but I'll get to you. All right. Let's give Valerie a card here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, nasty woman. I did kind of put them right there. If you watched my show, we get a lot of that in the morning.
Mhm.
I'll forget things up here and I'll be like reaching up.
Uh-huh.
Or they have kitty cats on, so.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. And Kelly and I will be on with Sonia Rain Lee and with Red Lentil, Adrian, on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about spiritual lingo, things that people might not understand that we say all the time, but they don't understand what it means. So, yeah.
I think that's beautiful. And then, yeah. Tracy Ralph. The Krynite in Micah is the dark, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
what I am seeing money for you,
Ooh.
but it is coming slow. It's moving slow. This is the slowest night in the whole deck.
Ah.
So, but here you are. This is the card of hanging on to what you got. It's also the card of the self-employment card.
There you go. Ah.
But I feel like something that you love is coming in. So whatever it is that you love, that
Mm-hmm.
that just keep focusing on that, and it's going to come in. It's just you need to build the solid foundation.
Okay. Wow.
The order, the emperor, a solid foundation.
Solid foundation. Valerie wants to know, did you do crystal bag today? Crystal bag.
Yes, I did. Where is
Oh,
it?
okay.
Yes, I did a crystal bag today. See, and this is the other thing I do every morning.
Okay.
But see, the thing is I did this on live because this is what I do in the morning because it's what I
Yeah.
do anyway.
Right.
And so I picked out all of my angels, and then I picked out my crystals, and I put them in this bag. And then at night, I sleep with all of those angels and with those crystals under my pillow, and that's the honor.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All
And I get
right.
hang, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not sleeping. Oh, I'm not sleeping." I sleep so well, and I think it's
Uh-huh.
because I have the angels underneath my pillow. I could
Okay.
not sleep with the Work Your Light with the oracle cards. That I have the Dance with Light with any of the Rebecca Campbell.
Uh-huh.
Um, I can't sleep with those under my
Okay.
pillow,
Keep you too
and
busy, keep you awake.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I can't sleep with any sort of like tiger's eye or any sort of solar plexus
Uh-huh.
crystal in my bag. So I put just good healing, calming energy in my bag, and all that goes under my pillow.
Yep. That's awesome. Did you ever hear of Edgar Casey? Do you remember him?
Yeah,
Have you heard?
yeah,
You know that he slept with books under his pillow, and in the morning he knew everything that was in the books?
I
Yeah, I
believe
know.
it.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when you get a new deck of cards, you're supposed to sleep
Right.
with them
Yeah, or crystals. Yep.
or
Yep,
crystals.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's I got this card, Valerie. I got smoke and mirrors, and then I got birds of a feather. And I'm thinking that remember when Jane saw the slow money coming? They might try to use smoke and mirrors to say, I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it to you. But and it might take a while. But people are always birds of a feather. They might be actually, it might be somebody that you know more so than a tenant. So I don't know. Anyway, that's what I get. All right. All right. So let's go to the next person. Miss Charlotte. I'm sorry you have to have an audit. I hope it isn't IRS. I've had one. They're not very nice. Anyway, I'm sending you good luck.
So this is for Miss Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah.
How will it go tomorrow, Miss Charlotte? It's okay. You got the strength. You got I saw the karma card, the 6 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the 6 of Cups. The what just flew out was you're given the audit. You just need to judge fairly.
Yep. I kind of got that. I got go in with the power of purpose. Go in armed and with your details. That's going to make the difference. Mm. There you go.
Yeah.
Ready for the next one, are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jackie would like a card for tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
We can do that. Scott sleeps with 10 to 15 decks on his bed. Wow. Oh, you're giving the audit, Miss Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
When
you
I
have
was,
to, yeah, you have to go in with purpose to win the audit on your side, I guess.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because when I was traveling across the United States with my sister-in-law and just about crystals and decks and sleeping with decks,
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
take my decks out of my suitcase every night, and I store my decks open with crystals all over them. And
Uh-huh.
there, I read these books, and my sister-in-law was like, "Oh, you put your deck out and like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but you're
Well,
not
I
supposed to do that."
went at my house, I bought one of those brochure racks and it's wooden, and I have my decks in them. And but then I ran out of room because I had too many decks. So,
I don't
but
buy
I
a lot
like
of
them.
books.
Yeah.
All right, all right. 1-year-old kitty Luna.
We'll get to her. I starred her here
Yeah.
so we could get back to her.
All right. I'm just pulling it. Oh, I pull from the heart when I pull one card.
Yep. Me too. Ooh. I like one of my favorite cards came out.
Ooh, I pulled from the Rose, which I don't know this deck very well, but
Uh-huh.
it's my latest deck, and I pre-ordered it, and I got it on March 1st, the day that
Okay.
it came out. But I got the Bud.
Ooh.
Potential, promise, it's about to happen. Keep going. Whatever it is you're doing,
Mm.
just keep on going. Remember, life is happening for you, not to
Yep.
you.
Yep. Excellent. And I got my favorite card, which is two elephants embracing. It's called Tender
Mm.
Embrace. And number 22. And I love
Master number.
master number. Yeah. So hold if you can't hold someone else you love in a tender embrace, then embrace yourself and have good luck and love yourself. All right. Excellent. Thank you very much for your question. Marlene would like a card, please.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have, after this, we have three more, because we are at the hour almost.
Okay.
So I try to keep it that way, just for no other reason than just people have things to do, and
I think it's best, especially with everything you've got going on too.
I had a class this morning. Finals week is next week. Yeah, it's a little bit heavy, but yeah.
It is, huh?
Yeah, but I'll get through it. I've been doing it like this for 23 years. So,
Oh, you thrive. What are you, an Aries?
No, I'm a Libra with a Capricorn rising. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's the Capricorn business thing going on. But see, the Pisces moon brings me back, and I can get hurt very easily. So
Yeah, see, I'm very wounded. I get wounded. So
Mhm.
can you decide where you want to go for dinner? Do you have that
Oh
problem
yeah,
with
I'm
the
usually pretty
Libra?
good about that. Yeah, I'm pretty. And
Oh, okay.
my husband also has Capricorn rising signs, so he and I have that similarity. He's a Gemini though. Yeah.
I have a son that's a Gemini. I have a Capricorn moon. I have been a Pisces my entire life, right? And all of a
Right.
sudden I find out that I have a Capricorn moon after I have done my own. my
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
my own chart. But I didn't realize it. But my Capricorn moon, I'm like, I don't know how to be a Capricorn. I honestly don't. And all of a sudden I'm like,
Business. It's very business, paperwork and business and yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think that's where I get my, like, everything has to be, like, I am not
Just
the
so.
most clean or orderly person. Okay, I'll
Uh-huh.
just let you know that. But everything
Mhm.
has to be just so.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely just so. Like the
Yeah.
way I put my crystals on the table here.
Right. And on your cards when you're traveling. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a ritual. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I do my
cool.
rituals. I mean, like, I'm very easygoing, but
Yeah. But
all
don't
right,
screw with my ritual.
right? I
Right.
love me my rituals.
That's right. All right. Did you
Speaking of
find?
rituals, Arlene, I've got release the petals,
Ooh.
transformation, death
There
and
you go.
rebirth, shedding, all change. Do you have some big change coming up? Because if you
Ooh.
do, don't be afraid. Remember,
Okay.
life is a circle. Even
It
the world
is.
card, it's a big circle.
Yep. And all of us are being called to be adaptable. And that's like, that looks just like that too. I get here beyond the ordinary. You're beyond the ordinary. You're going to be finding connection with something beyond yourself or beyond the physical. Yeah. Wow.
I got chills with that too when you said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun. Let it go. And that's what it's telling you. Let it go to have that access. Yeah. Wow. All right.
Valerie, I'm going to have to get back to you on that. Oh, finances for
Sharon.
Sharon.
Yep.
Got to go to the tarot for finances because that's the only one that has pentacles in it. Yeah, definitely adoptable and adaptable. Who's
Adoptable.
adaptable?
Uh-huh. Oh, Sharon, Moon and Gemini. Wow. That's cool.
Well, Marlene, I hope everything works out for you. I can't wait. I wish
Yeah, I
Marlene,
know. You'll have to
you'll have
tell
to,
us.
yeah.
You'll have to let us know. Yeah.
All right. So this is Sharon and money.
Sharon, Sharon. Ooh. All right.
Once again, a good solid foundation.
Yep.
Well, go ahead. I
Wow.
say, but then I'll just.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Go
You
ahead.
got to make a decision here. So you're
Uh-huh.
getting to a sword. So there's a decision that has to be made. But here's is the decision about money, because here's the King of Pentacles. So you
Uh-huh.
ask about money, and I'm like, well, I have to go to the tarot because I need to know if we find any pentacles. If
Mm-hmm.
not,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Right.
And here we go. We have the King of
King of
Pentacles.
Pentacles. Yeah.
And you
That's
get that because right now you are and I know that you're a Pisces, so you're not the Queen of wands. But look at, there's Merlin. There you are, Sharon, being
yeah.
the Queen of
The
Wands.
magician. Yeah.
And you've got Merlin, your cat right there. She's got a
Uh-huh.
black cat. And so
Yeah.
you just make it happen. When
Sure.
you make this decision about whatever this money situation is, just
Yeah.
put all your energy into it because
Into
that
it.
looks good to me.
It does. Yeah. I get that you're going to be making a powerful move, you know, but you know what else I get, Sharon? It's you're going to get help from a new friendship.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if that's the queen. All it could be the queen that's sitting on.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm just feeling that, but yeah, powerful move.
I'm
I
loving
feel like
that.
it goes with what Jane has pulled. I really do. All of that
I do
goes well.
too. I
Yeah.
do too. And the more I know Sharon, and
Yeah.
Sharon, I'm sending you a message. Reach out and grab it.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. New friendship. Yeah.
New friendship. Yep.
Awesome. All right, we got Faye. Nice to see
Hey,
you, Faye. Yeah.
hey,
How are you?
I'm seeing some people that I missed this morning.
Oh, I bet you are.
I have to take a break every now and then, you know?
I don't blame you. Oh, Sharon's decided not to fill in as a teacher, wants to find something else to augment her. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I'm ready to retire. I'm ready just to do online work. So I understand. You get to a point. I don't know. I was going to work till I was 70 or more, because I have a colleague that's 82 and still teaches. And I thought, well, I'm young. I'm not going to say I'm old, but you know what? I want to enjoy the rest of my life doing this or doing something else. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
All
we
right.
just we don't treat our people as well as we should. I'm sorry.
I
That's the
know.
socialist in me talking,
It's
but
very true. It's very true.
whatever. So
Mhm.
for you, Faye, Spirit's Choice, the
Mhm.
bloom, creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate.
Mm.
So
Wow,
celebrate,
Faye.
Faye. Faye, just celebrate being you,
Yeah.
and creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate. In that order.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love this card. It's called the Storyteller card. And, it's got a regular way people write things down, but that doesn't mean you have to be a writer. But I get that if you tell your story, inner healing is going to happen. Sharing your story with somebody else and finding out the similarities or the differences and how you can deal with those things is very cathartic. So consider sharing your story with
Absolutely.
somebody else. Yeah, another
It's
friend.
funny you're using that deck, and I can tell I know which deck you're using. And if you noticed, all of them have the
The
keyhole
key
or
on
the
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
I love this deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it too. Although Groot, she has a very good her take on it is, and I agree with her. It says it's the seven energies, but
Right.
like earth
No,
energy, they don't have them separated properly, to be honest with you. And
probably not.
it
Yeah.
is a funky deck, but just to pull a card, it's a great deck. But
Yes.
this key also, I have this key programmed to open any door I want. So just remember, you
Yeah.
can open any door and sleep with a key under your pillow, because we are, as light workers, I do believe, and
Hmm.
that we do sometimes. Some of us, we get taken in the middle of the night, and
Hmm.
we have our spiritual work that we do. And so I always have my key with me,
Good for you. Good for you.
because yeah, because I never
Yeah.
know when like there might,
I love the symbolism. I love it. It's so true. We
and
have the
this
key to
key,
unlock the door. Yeah.
it also will unlock any door that I create.
Hmm.
I can
Hmm.
just draw a door.
Right. And you can open it.
It's The
Wow.
Rose by
Oh,
Rebecca
it's
Campbell.
beautiful.
Somebody was
It's
asking, but
beautiful. Beautiful. When I
so
first met my husband, um, we had conversed virtually at the time, and I guess that we just talked and talked about everything. And by the time I met him, I felt like I knew him for years. And the first thing I did was I had a key around my neck and I put it around his neck. And I said, now we have the keys to our future. And he wore that for the longest time, which was so, because it meant something. And I really love the key symbol very much. So
yeah.
thank you for bringing that up. I love that. Thank you.
Oh, a bloom in every room and a key to set it free. Love that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Healing
So,
assist.
yeah, we would like to all get together here to give some love to Luna, your granddaughter's kitty cat. Thank you for asking. If there's anybody else before we leave that needs to have anybody, oh, Andrea says, Allie and Jane, a workshop on using keys.
Oh yeah.
I
He's
know,
coming
it's
up with
lovely.
stuff for us.
Uh-huh. Uh,
I'm gonna go to the I'm gonna go to the angels for this one.
okay.
because I don't know. I will send healing vibes.
Sure, sure.
But I
Yep.
am not a veterinarian.
No, I know. Neither am I. But I want to especially send out some beautiful, loving pink energy to this little kitty cat, that the kitty cat, for the highest good of all concerned, whatever manifests is the right thing for her kitty cat. I love that her name is Luna. So I'm invoking the moon and the moon goddess because that's Luna. Very nice.
That is beautiful. Beautiful prayer, Allie.
Yeah. Thank you, dear.
Let me just.
I
Mhm.
I love her I love her Baka's avatar. That's beautiful, Baka.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you. Yeah.
and I will just pull one just for the
You
kitty cat,
may. Yeah.
and it's just signs and reminders.
Uh-huh.
Just look for those signs and reminders.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There, because as I spoke of earlier in today, when I had to get knocked over the head sometimes, but they're always there.
I
Yeah.
was going to tell you when with the Saint Germain or whatever you were talking about. It. I always take a card, and it's like when they go like this with a card, and they're
Wake
like,
up. Yes. There's a place in Massachusetts called Marblehead. So we when we talk about Marblehead and you're in the east, they think you're talking about that Marblehead. But my mother used to say, "Dawn breaks on Marblehead," meaning you finally get it. Yeah,
I love that.
I know. Me too. That was how I always took it too. I finally awakened to the fact. Yeah.
Your mom was great.
She really was, and she loved Ruth Montgomery books, and she was also very, very intuitive. And when my brother was in Vietnam, uh, when his truck blew up and he went through the windshield, he did survive. But when that happened, my mother sat up in bed and knew he was in trouble. And then another one when a building collapsed and he was in the building, just a small building, but she woke up that night too, so she had the gift. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I that's beautiful. I my husband served during the Vietnam War,
Okay.
but he
Okay.
did not. But he served in the Navy. So
Okay.
he was on. I
On
forget.
the ships.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on the ships, and his ship has been decommissioned. I believe he was in the SS Ronald Reagan. I'm not. No,
Oh wow, that's a
he
big
was in
ship.
the Kennedy. I'm so sorry. He was in the Kennedy.
Oh, the Kennedy. Okay.
He was in the Kennedy, and it got decommissioned a few years ago. It was one of the first nuclear, I
Oh.
believe, or before pre-nuclear. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
You have to ask my husband. He doesn't.
Yeah.
My husband is a closed book. End of story.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of people like that. That's
I,
okay. That's his personality.
and
Yeah.
I think that's why we're together because,
Maybe. Yes. Opposites attract.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like, well, I'm pretty much, but it's like I don't know how to have relationships, and my husband even said to me the other day, he goes, I don't do relationships. I don't know how to do relationships.
Well, we've been in one a long time.
And it's
I
true.
guess that's funny. Oh
But
my.
we live side by side, but we're really good
Uh-huh.
friends. And
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure there's, but
Yep.
but it's so funny. He's like, I don't do relationships. I'm like, no, you don't, honey. Really don't. At least
Oh,
you
that's
know
funny.
yourself.
Yeah. All right.
I had some flippers. Go ahead.
Okay. I get a merry motive here. I love this card because it shows you out in the woods having some fun. Look at and look at all the stars and the lights out there. Have a merry motive. Try to be happy. Find something that makes you really happy and uplift yourself. Take a little bit of time for yourself and to do something fun. That's what I really feel. So,
Yeah, and what I got really goes with that
goes
really
with it.
well.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
It's called The Wastelands. Sustainability. Slow down. Tend to your garden. I
Uh-huh.
feel like, and here she is. That's a rose. It's a woman in a tutu, but see
Yeah.
the puddle of water coming from her, and she's surrounded by all this dry land. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, fill yourself up.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that fits really well. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Two people snuck in here. I want to give love to Oil Painter. She's a wonderful lady. And I have her cards. So I'm going to pull one of her cards. Yeah.
There you go.
And Dana, we will get back to you in a minute, but we can't take any more. We got to get out of here. We got things we got to get done. I'm coming on actually at 2:00 and 45 minutes with Ganga, Lady K. Yeah, she's coming. I've never talked to her before, so she's coming to talk to me.
She's very interesting. She always
She
has the
is.
big flowers in her hair.
She
And
does, and she plays the flute. So
yes,
yeah.
I've watched
Yeah.
her stuff. I've been away from political readers, so therefore
Yeah.
I don't. But when I was still doing things like that, I would watch her, and I loved her playing her her flute.
That's cool.
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh, what number
Yeah,
is this?
she seems really sweet.
She does
Charlotte.
seem sweet. Yes. All right. Oil Painter,
Right.
I pulled your card and I look what I got. It's your own card. Weigh it out. I'm wondering if it's really saying wait it out. Look at that. Look at the flower. You know, the other thing, I know this is a scale, but it almost looks like 6:00, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it's interesting. Weigh it out. I guess it's better than having no teeth, or maybe you don't have teeth. I don't know.
Well, you know, I do want to ask you, and yeah, I'll go for a ride, Sharon. Um, I just wanted to tell you what happened to me was recently I was told I was going to have oral surgery. I went to
Yeah.
this doctor because the crown came off of a tooth that I had, blah de blah blah yada yada. I went to this one doctor, you know, so skip the
Uh-huh.
part that's important. And she was like, "Oh, you're just going to have that
Pull.
no, you're going to have oral surgery.
Oh,
You're
oh.
have that tooth removed." And I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, well, that just, that sucks." And so then I went to this other dentist that was in my dental plan, and they were like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh no, we got you covered."
Wow.
So I was like I was like, "Oh
I
my gosh,
understand.
I have to have oral surgery." And I'm like, I just
I
started the
understand. There are
channel.
some dentists, they'll tell you, okay, we have to refill all your fillings and da-da-da-da. Cha-ching, cha-ching. And I have a dentist, he doesn't touch it unless there's a problem. And that's my man. I don't want to move to another one at this point. That's awful. I'm sorry. I'm glad you
Yeah,
went to the second one. Yeah.
yeah, that was just my experience. But I am getting,
Yeah.
for you, I'm getting in the messages coming in fast.
Yeah.
It's messages coming in fast, and it's okay because here you are with the Two of Cups, which if you look at the Two of Cups, that is the medical
It is the medical caduceus. Yeah.
it is the medical so there. And I don't know, are you having some teeth removed or
I think she
whatever it
did.
is?
Yeah.
You did have it done.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's trying to get past it. It's still bothering her. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can see that. You are
Yeah.
so let me pull one more too. Yeah, it's okay. You're gonna move through this. There's the Queen
Mm-hmm.
of Swords.
Of
So
swords. Yeah. Yep. I'm
yeah.
sending you lots of healing energy, dear.
And
Yeah.
there you are with
Oh,
the world.
you're gonna own the world. Look at that. I love that card. Yeah.
And that
Awesome.
the world is completions. This
Yes,
is
that's true.
the last of the major arcana. So
Yep.
I have a feeling that this is going to be, let's just say this is going to be the last week that it's going to really feel bad. And don't smoke or anything. I'm sorry. I hope you don't. But, they say.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Tracy, for this. She says she pulled her cards and show improvement. If you're on it might take time. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Last week, she said, oil painter said last week. So she's still working through it. Yeah.
Oh, bummer, man.
Yeah.
Sending you all kinds of positive energy.
Yeah. If anybody wants to buy oil painters, let me know and I'll send it on to her. She sells them and they're wonderful. All right, we have one more question and then we got to go. All right, this lady, I think, is a lady. She's going to look at a new house. Wonders if it's the house. If you take the building number and the apartment or the that's an 11. That's a really good, yeah.
A 20. Oh wait, building is 20 and the 9. Yeah, 9, 10, 11. Okay, apartment 11, building
pretty
20.
Good. Yeah,
that is an 11. I was like, no, that's a 2.
Well, it's a 2 house or a 2 place, but if it's an apartment, then I usually add them. But is that, I don't know if you do.
I do too, but I didn't realize that it was building number 20 and apartment number 9, which is so funny. Just so you know that my address, I won't tell you my address, but my address, my numbers come out to 11.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah.
I didn't even know when I bought this house.
I lived in a number 1 house and it just was horrible. Oh my God. Everybody was all for themselves. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's see what I can find out from this deck here.
Buy a house for a long time.
Ooh. Says use your intuition. If once you see it, you're going to know. But use your intuition, your gut, not your head. Okay? So you'll know when you see that.
I agree.
Yeah.
But because you've been worried about this. You've been,
okay. Yeah.
You've been up at night worrying about this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe this is your real estate agent. I'm not sure. But there's the King of Swords. This is somebody that's being really truthful. Like, make sure that everything's on the up and up. Because you want to be careful of, and I don't know why they call this the false knight, but but you are getting invitations. There is real estate out there on the market.
Good.
So this may not be the house, but a house is coming, and you make it happen. Here you go again with the Queen of and I shuffled and pulled all
I know you have. Yeah, that happens.
And then at the bottom I did get
the Sun.
Yeah, so no matter what happens,
you're going to find it eventually. Yep.
So let us know.
But I do like the 11. I like the 11 number. And I do think you should use your intuition because we discount our own ability. We think we have to give over to someone else and they'll tell us what that means. But sometimes it comes from here. Most times it comes from here, your own intuition. So good luck. Good luck to everybody. And thank you all for being here today with me and Jane the Seeker. I had a wonderful time and I hope we do this again. I enjoyed it so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it was my pleasure. Thank you. All right. We'll see you guys later.